Alright folks, welcome to another stream. This time 20% less meme. Just about 20. It's basically the same list with the Hydra but without the Hydra. Which makes it 20% less meme and 15% more real. Even though if you didn't watch the Hydra League, I strongly recommend it. I know something sad. Look at my paper Titan deck when I got my fancy amulets from the cycle there. I still had once upon a time in there since it was last time I played paper. Yeah, me too. Me too. I had to actively change those cards. I had Bodos Garrison, I had Stronghold, but I didn't have Sunhome. Playing against the one and only. This is Grant, G-77. Was one of the very first ones to really break Modern with Shadow. Way back when. Those were the days. I think I have to bottom the Bodos Garrison there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna play Amulet on 1. And we're gonna Gracer into Dryad. And by Amulet on 1, of course, I meant Amulet on 2. So I think this gives me more info. So yeah, this is just great. So we do this, bounce this, play Gracer, play this again, bounce this, float mana, play Dryad, play Castle, say go. Nice and easy. But yeah, Grant streams not very often, but often enough. Mostly limited lately. But he's overall great dude. Strongly recommend you check him out. So it seems like he says that was quick. Seems like we're playing against just good old Omnath. I'm like, there's no way that you're just net decking Omnath pile. Like, you had something spicy going on there, I know. And he's like, of course, you know me too well. Exactly. I mean, I'm going to assume that he is just playing some form of Omnath, I guess. So I'm just gonna sideboard like this. Though I guess we can just sideboard the Radiant Fountain. Though once we know what Grant is up to, we're gonna be able to adapt. Oh, I guess it couldn't be. Like, they're playing Jegantha, huh? I totally failed to see that. Yeah, we just have to ship this. Too slow. Much better. We can bottom the Gracer. Birds of Paradise. Fuck yeah. Tactically, will it need just 3 to kill so we can get more info on the board? Exactly. There's an amulet. Seems like the best option right here. I think that we're just gonna be developing our mana next turn though. Geese. It's a Primeval Titan. I mean, I still think that I'm just going to be exploring. We're 1 minute short. But I do need second green source, so I think I'm just gonna copy their temple garden. Nah, I'm just gonna copy my own breeding pool. I don't think that Field of the Dead is what this game is gonna be about, so. There's Omnath. There's a shit ton of mana. There's a Karn. They shocked. Which is very interesting. What does shocking mean? Spell pierce? Unsurprisingly went for the coding there, but... So I think we explore first, because it gives us more info. Two mana short. Pact for Azusa. Can just do that next turn. Oh no, we can't do that next turn. Oh shit. I think I might have punted here. Because now we don't have a green bounce. So we're gonna be like 1 mana short. Terrible draw. Disgustingly bad draw there. Pact for Azusa. Play this. Yeah, I actually threw. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I threw the game away, because like they obviously have like a gust or a path or something. So it's not like our Titan was gonna be good enough. Let's get a Pact for Dryad. Oh, I didn't flow the mana. What am I doing? Now I can't haste anymore? Yeah, I'm not playing well this game. I need to focus more. Like I needed to leave the red mana floating, and then I could haste the Dryad. And now we just lose on my upkeep. I guess I was losing on my upkeep regardless. Yeah. It's fine, whatever. Gonna bring in the 1 explosives. Maybe Dismember? Like Dismember seems kind of interesting. Killing their birds seems kind of exciting to me. And of course Omnath. This hand would probably be a keep on the draw. On the play I can't, because the Vesuva's not a green source. This hand is great though. I'm gonna keep this one. Won the AmuLIT, we won the Explore. So I was just bottom the Vesuva. We just have to find business off of these Explore. Any land would be great actually. Any bounce land would be the best thing. Brutal. That's pretty funny. Okay. That's a pretty good one. Your go! So now I probably have to hold up Gust. So they have Path to Exile, but Path doesn't really do anything here. Because we're going to double Titan them. And they're at 16, which is convenient. How's this? Do this thing. T-West. Semi-Ghost Chamber. Float mana. Float mana. Float mana. And float mana. Bounce this. Backed. Play this guy. Garrison. Stronghold. Boom. 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 Nice and easy. That might be the deck that I was literally just talking about. That Dom Harvey went 3-1 in a prelim with, which is kind of funny. Where is it? I think I'm going to be trying that out at some point for sure. Like, this just looks like a lot of fun. Fairies, like Karns. It's kind of memey, but like it's kind of just doing stuff as well. So it might have been something similar to that. Dom was playing Apparition, and Apparition cannot be played with Jegantha, so I imagine that Grant's list was a little bit different, but... Obosh. Sam seems fine against Obosh. Not like insane or anything, but it seems like defensible. Steerings is not a bad draw at all. I definitely want to find a bounce land or something like that. We might get Moon though. Just like lands. That's what we're looking for here. Just lands. Yeah, I'm blocking you. Did you think I was not blocking you? Did you think I wasn't blocking? You got it. Successfully firebolted my dude. No second land drop. Don't mind if I do. We don't have a third land drop, so that sucks, but... And I'm blocking, because obviously there's a pretty big chance that my opponent has a light up the stage hand. Sick. So that's a land. I'm gonna play towards Titan. Like, if we find any untap land, that's what we're gonna pick. Of course, I am very unlucky, so we don't find that. But like, this is still fine because it means Titan is lethal next turn. Because like, I could have Karned there, right? Could have Karned. This time around, I'm not blocking though. This time around, I will not be blocking because my opponent is missing land drops. But like, if they are lighting up the stage in order to hit their land drops, that means that my Dryad is probably not dying. They might have like a Flame Slash, maybe 2 or something in their deck, but I'm not gonna like lose my Dryad to a Bolt. Like, that's just too much bad EV. Just like we thought, there's a light up the stage. Wow, my one just could not catch a break over there, huh? Can't catch a break over there. This is very much lethal. So what we do is we get Vesuva, copy Valakut plus Bounce Land. We replay Bounce Land a couple of times. And then we attack for 2. They would survive if they have Gut Shot, but like this is actually lethal. Yep. Okay. How to sideboard against Mono Red Obosh. EE. This. Cut this, bad boys. Cut one of these. Good to go. This is one of those matchups where it is actually possible that I might want to change my sideboarding between play and draw. I think that on the draw, this is the proper configuration because Karn is just too slow on the draw, right? Like your opponent's gonna be ahead on board almost regardless, and you're not gonna have enough time to be able to leverage Karn. So I think that on the draw, this is the configuration that I would like to. Oops, excuse me about that. This is the configuration that I would like to go for. But maybe on the draw, a different configuration can be tried. On the play, sorry. So maybe cutting some number of explorers, maybe cutting some number of summoners packs and stuff like that, and we still leave ourselves the chance to have Karn as a threat that does work under Blood Moon. So yeah, definitely lots of room for experimentation with this list. That's why I like Karn so much, right? Like it's just always so, what's the word? Flexible, volatile. So many approaches that you can have with Karn the Great Creator. Great card. Honestly, I really like this card. Very happy that it's correct. I guess I sometimes use the word correct when I don't mean it. Like correct it's a very absolute term, right? Like correct is it implies that there's a right and there's a wrong, and that this is right and everything else is wrong, right? Right, which is often not true. Like it's often just not what you want to be trying. Also, I should have bottomed the force because the pack represents a Rex Sage if I wanted to. I think that's the correct approach. God damn it, Ifena, you got me. Okay, so my opponent's playing like a super slow hand. Nice, I got me. Unfortunately, there's no way that I can work this in such a way that I can wait for Dryad until post Blood Moon. So it fixes my mana so I can just hard cast this Force. But I'm not gonna pitch this Titan to the Force, right? I'm not gonna pitch this Titan to the Force. Let's get this out of my hand. So we're gonna get mooned here. This might just be another one of those games where the Obosh opponent just goes turn 1 do nothing, turn 2 do nothing, turn 3 play Blood Moon, and then we have the answer and then we just win very easily from there. Might just be one of those games. Which is great, because those are the games that we very easily win. The games that we don't win so easily is when they go turn 1 dude, turn 2 like dude, or like kill your guy, and then just like play another dude or something like that. And then turn 3 play the Blood. Like those are the games that we lose. These, when it's turn 3 and we're still sitting at 20, we don't lose these games. Particularly when there's an answer to multiple Blood Moons in my hand, so. But yeah, you will notice that I only bring 1 Force in this matchup, and that is because of what I just explained. Like I think that Force is clearly excellent in this kind of game, but if you're playing against like an experienced Prowess player, they're not gonna keep a hand like the one that my opponent just kept, because they know this. They know that if they don't pressure me, that I am just going to eventually come out on top. So like I don't know what my opponent's hand looks like. I know that there's a Blood Moon. That's the only thing that I know for certain. And then like there's just other cards. I don't know what they are, but no, man, I freaking hate it when I really want to sneeze and I can't, and then my eyes get all like watery. Just gross. Come on, opponent, you either have it or you don't. Like, what are you thinking about? What? Please explain to me what the fuck you're thinking about there. Anyway, so I'm just gonna play this second land because like it just makes the same amount of mana, and then we're just gonna wait for my opponent to play their turn. Then on their end step, I'm just gonna force both. Well, that kind of sucks. Does that mean I pass here? I think that means that I pass. Because I don't want to force, and then I miss on a land, and then we just find ourselves in a situation where like my opponent just plays a second Blood Moon and I lose the game because of that. So I think this is fine to just pass. It's crazy how many more game actions than my opponent we did, but somehow we are still 4 minutes ahead of them. Bowmat Courier. So I think on end step I'm killing this Bowmat. And the Blood Moon. Because now I actually have a bad card to pitch. Firebolt. Sure. Sure. Okay. So I think now I wait one more turn. Actually, no, I want to do this now. They get to draw a card, which sucks, but I think this is fine. This is bad if they have a second moon, but god damn it. Well, there it is. Alright, show me the other Blood Moon. Fuck me! And they found another Bowmat? God damn it. That is so... that's so fucked up. That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. God damn it. Ugh. That's very frustrating. That's very frustrating. Like, I had 2 looks towards finding a way that I just win the game on the spot. We had at least drawn the lands in the other order. We could have had an EA on 3. Yeah, that's the other problem. It's just like... just crack the Bowmat. Well... just doing that, I guess. If I draw a basic forest, we packed for Sage. We're still 1 mana short, so we have to chill. All right. They didn't put Obosh in their hand last turn. So now whenever we draw the forest, we're just gonna win. Unless they find another Blood Moon before I find my second forest. Which at this point seems likely, honestly, because of this. They just forgot that they can Obosh. It might be like that, honestly, yeah. Because like they have had multiple chances. I assume that they were playing around like their Bowmats, right? Like they don't want to discard the Obosh to their own Bowmat. But at this point, with how many turns have gone by, I think that they literally just forgot. Yep, I'm pretty sure that they just forgot. Basic Forest. Basic Forest wins the game. Basic Forest instantly wins. It's not Basic Forest. They remembered about Obosh. There we go. Figure it out. Play Obosh, and this is now lethal because they flashback Lava Dart. Nope, they forgot again. We can't punish them though. That's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. Like the fact that they had 2 draws towards finding exactly second Blood Moon and they got there is very frustrating. So knowing that my opponent is willing to keep like a bad hand with a bunch of Blood Moons makes me more like clearly they are really valuing high their Blood Moon plan. So I'm just gonna go a little bit harder on forces. Sure. Like this hand is actually very good against Blood Moon. Very good against Blood Moon. We're just hoping that they don't have an aggro hand this time around. They don't have like turn 1 dude into like value more dudes, because we might just lose to an opener like that one. So turn 1 field, they multis 5. Turn 1 field, tend to explore. Actually, I kind of actively want my opponent to moon me, I think. Stomp. Okay, so they have a slow-ish hand here. There's the moon. Hey, So let's get fetch land and still Radiant Fountain. We did impact, so we're good to go. What's up, JZ? How's it going? So even if they have another moon, like we literally do not care. Flame Slash, you got it. Flame Slash plus Bolt, you also got it. So now we should actually be able to tighten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good to see they crashed this week. Yeah, it was definitely a pretty good weekend for AmuLIT. We memed first. Now we're playing a real list. Because that's the order in which you're supposed to do things, you know? You're supposed to meme first. By the way, I would appreciate feedback. So we have this option, or we can do something like this. Is this better? That's probably better, right? Seems cleaner. Or like at least seems easier to read. Probably not cleaner because it's getting a little bit into the was the change being made? I'm making the match counter a little bit larger. But I want it to like look good, right? It's pretty rough. Maybe something like that. Looks okay to me. Sure. What could go wrong? What could go wrong with this opening hand? Nothing. Absolutely nothing could go wrong. Choose wisely, opponent. Choose wisely. Does that matter? Guess this is a deck that you could play. Yes, just run more Gracers against the deck where it's at its worst. Sounds great. This we get to block, huh? It's Liliana fodder. Wow. Say they were born and that's already gone wrong, but the creator confirmed no accident. Oh yeah, no accidents whatsoever. It's been confirmed. Oh yeah. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. So we're just playing against like black-white bullshit. I think that's the name of this deck. Black-white nonsense. Nice thought, C's. Yeah, I know. That was great. Turn 1 discard spell, turn 2 Bob, turn 3 discard spell, turn 4 concede. Mashmalovsky is a very good player. Like they usually play that Nauseam, so I was kind of scared when I saw the pairing, but like obviously very happy to see that they're just messing around today. They did show me Field of Ruin, so they are probably just playing. Oh, I should have played this. That was it. That was a punt. Now we get super owned by Field. Never mind, never punish, etc., etc., etc. Liliana of the Veil. So regardless of what they field, like this Titan is gonna be good. Let's player discards a card. We're gonna pitch this. Oh, we can't pitch the forest actually. We're gonna pitch this. I guess I should have bounced this, huh? Yep, should have bounced this. Kind of a misstep there. And we can't pressure this Lily, so it's gonna get to ult before we get to Pact. Which makes things hella awkward. So we kind of have to top the Karn here, actually. It's actually possible I should have... It's possible I should have... I should discard this some respect here. Or I should have played the AmuLIT and held on to the castle to pitch. Because what we need is, like, if, in case my opponent pluses... If we cast Titan next turn, we lose. Like, we literally just lose. We're dead on board if we cast Titan. We have to top deck the Titan, of course. If we naturally top deck the Titan, then we're fine. Well, we need to naturally top deck a Titan. So this is a good split only if they have... This is a good split only if they have a Fulminator Mage or another... The other guy... Oh yeah, right on time, dude. So if we find a bounce land and they don't have a second Lily, we should be good here. Bounce land? Any bounce land or casting Bigger and Break off the top and we're Gucci. What are the chances that my opponent is playing Tide Hollow Scholar? So what we have to do here is they tap out, they attack, and then what we have to do is we dismember the Scholar, and we have to top deck exactly Bounce Land or Castle. The good thing is that if we top deck Bounce Land or Castle, I think that we win. Bounce Land or Castle. This seems fine to me. Seems fine to me. Sure. Sounds not great against the likes of Fulminator and stuff, but you know, we have threats, we have Explode, which is the best card in the matchup. Roller off with a tier 1 sub. Welcome back for the 15 months. Thank you for such a long streak. Force isn't bad, hits their Stoneblade equipment and Scholar. Sphere is their... I don't know if they're playing Stoneblade, if they're playing Stoneforges just yet. Literally have not seen a single Stoneforge. Things are looking good here though. They have to take Karn. Good, good. This have been some pretty solid draws here. Fulminator is annoying. Field of Ruin doesn't do anything. Fulminator is kind of annoying. Wait. But they know about this. They know I have a second Titan too. So I'm gonna do Valakut Fetchland. So by getting Valakut Fetchland, not only am I not exposing my my guy, but now it means that both, like Dryad basically represents a Karn. So I can just kill the Scholar. One, two, three, four. Land, please. Second AmuLIT doesn't do shit. I think I'm forcing my opponent to do anything. To do something, I mean. Before I do anything. Still, Yana doesn't really do too much at 1 loyalty. And they know that I have another pact in hand. Where's my Conley gun? I know, Adrolak, I know. The other day, Conley kind of helped when I didn't play field. Just to give my opponents a shot. So I'm gonna wait until they choose the trigger. Now I fetch. Get a breeding pool tapped. If I look at this, then you're gonna use another removal spell? Sure. So unless their last card in hand is exactly another disco spell, I think that we win here. And it needs to be Thoughtseize, right? No attacks. One, two, three, four. Yeah. As you can probably imagine, Black-White Midrange, pretty good matchup. Pretty good matchup for us. I kind of like it that people are, you know, kind of like playing, basically moving over to trying out some other mid-range strategies. John clearly is not cutting it, so we just have to try something else. and people are, you know, trying to figure out different approaches to a similar strategy. I still think they're bad and probably not playable, but at least it's not, you know, the giant players just like smashing their head against the wall over and over and over again. Well, you're saying his Titan is back on top now. I think that Karn is very good. That's all that I'm gonna say. Oh, we played against this player earlier today, but I don't remember where they were playing. Oh, something with Lurrus? Oh, Hammer Time. They were playing Hammer Time. Sure, this hand seems fine. We're on the draw, which honestly kind of sucks, but... Infinity? Steel Shaper gifts for a hammer, probably? For a plating. Oh, they have one of those draws, huh? And I have one of these draws, huh? What's up, Mashmalovsky? GG's. How have you been liking that that deck? That kind of mid-rangey black-white? Were you playing Stoneforge? Because we didn't see Stoneforge at all. Since I know that you're usually a great ad nauseum player, so that's what I was expecting to see there. So it kind of like, you know, threw me off guard a little bit. Oof. That's just not fair, chat. This is just not fair, chat. I was first league we did just for fun, but soon getting back to ad nauseum. Yeah, I imagine so. So what are we doing? We can bounce Sun Home. We can play Dryad, have green floating. Then we play second Growth Chamber. Play Dryad. We can Karn plus on plating. Or we can Karn for 0 and just blow it up. That's probably better, huh? Go with explosives. No, I'm 1 mana short from cracking explosives, so that's not an option. Yeah, so I think I'm just blussing on the plating. Yeah, Karn plus on plating is the line, I think. For those of you that don't know, whenever you plus on an equipment and you turn it into a creature, it becomes automatically detached, because a creature cannot be attached to another creature. So basically, instead of having its ability, you turn it into a 2/2, right? As we just see here. And it's going to be a 2/2 for this turn, and as soon as this turn is done, then it's going to become an equipment that cannot be attached. So pretty neat trick. Pretty neat trick. We're just done here, though. Like, obviously, that Titan draw. We didn't need it because we could have just transmuted for it, but this just makes things so much easier. And I guess that this is more fun, so I'm just going to go with Stronghold plus Valakut. Yeah, opponent doesn't want to see it. Yeah, I'm very well aware that they can't equip. It's a neat trick. Hell yeah, it's a neat trick. It's one of the neatest tricks, honestly. Such a neat trick. Is the meta fixed now, or are you just whitelisted with your matchups? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Call an ambulance, but not for me, exactly. Oh, that's such a great meme. That's such a funny meme. Big fan of memes. Perfect hand. Perfect her hand. Nah, this one's actually fine. Cigar the Sade. AKA, my opponent is a Luxac Castle. I think we're just gonna dismember this and just make my land drop. Things are not looking particularly great, I don't think. So we really want to find like an Azusa. A Dryad would be great. Oh, they have Ink Moth. Well, now we need Ghost Quarter or we're actually fucking dead. Well, we're just dead now. I think it was correct for me to dismember because of how awkward my mana was, but now that we drew a bunch of ETB and tap lands, obviously I fucked it up. Is my opponent gonna go for it when they saw dismember? They have not seen Force, because I don't think we played Force against when we got paired last match. We might have to call an ambulance for this one, chat. We might actually have to call an ambulance this time around. Okay, just went for it. Wow, that would have been pretty good. I guess I still don't want... I don't think I want Rex Age. This deck is a pain in the rear. It's okay. Like it's just kind of cute, right? It does every now and then it does something powerful, but like it's just one more deck basically. It's just one more deck. I don't think it's insane. I don't think it's like tier 1 even. I think it's a solid tier 2 deck. But it's kind of like the new flavor of the week. Maybe more like flavor of the month at this point because it's been a minute since this deck's been around, but I think it is a flavor of the month kind of thing. And I think that it puts up numbers because there's so many people playing it. Sure. But it's not like, you know, it's a bad deck to exist in the meta or anything like that. Like, it's just fine. So we'll have to find some way to interact or some way to ramp. Oh, that's devastating. That's absolutely devastating. All right. Give me that second amulet, baby. Karn the Great Creator. Okay. Got a couple of turns before that one, but I think it was very important to resolve that steering, so you know what Modern needs? More brainstorm. I don't know if I agree with that one, Donnie. Like, the blue decks are already busted. Can you imagine if the Omnath decks had access to Brainstorm? Can you imagine if the fucking Omnath decks had access to Brainstorm? Like, that would be so ridiculous. AmuLIT. So by playing this on one here, it gives me more options for next turn, so I can Karn or I can do this thing, like depending on what my opponent's board state looks like. Also, if I draw a tap land, it's better as well. And of course they drew the Cigar the Sade, because why wouldn't they? And they totally have a second Colossus Hammer, don't they? So I'm just gonna get one shot here. Wow. Fuck me, I guess. Alright, I guess we died. Brutal. Turn 3 kill. With turn 1 Thoughtseize. That looks pretty good. The thing is, like, if we had had Dismember, we win that game. If we had had I Need to Be Untapped land, we would have won that game. If we had had an AmuLIT, we would have won that game. And that's why, like, yeah, my opponent, like, it looked impressive because, like, all of a sudden they just, like, killed me. But literally, like, half of my deck would have been great there, right? Like, and I would have won that game. If I had found an untapped land, if I had found a Dismember, if I had, like, there were so many draws that just... I would just win. Like, when my opponent goes for it, I just blow them out, and then they untap, I Karn them, and they can't win anymore. So, definitely disappointing, but, like, it's fine. Like, it's kind of fine. Should have taken Fountain instead of Syrinx. Yeah, but that's just, like, results-oriented thinking, right? You're talking about after the fact. What seems to be true after we saw what happened, right? And even when I resolved that Steerings, I didn't know that I was drawing the explosive, so it was even more wrong. It was even more incorrect for me to do that, because, like, it's just, I didn't even know that that was a possibility. So I think we start here. We Vestige. And we float green. We explore. If we find a bounce land, we win. We still are looking for the same thing. We're looking for a bounce land here. Yeah, that doesn't do it. So we might lose here. We might lose if my opponent has another hammer. Or one of the tutors that gets hammer. We lose to Xaxes. Stat Staff, thank you so much for that Prime. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. We're not dead here, so that's good. Any land? Okay. So now what we can do... What can we do? Yeah, plus on hammer is the obvious answer, but like if my opponent fights another hammer off the top, we lose the game. I think that's still the line though. I do think that that is still the line. We could have backed it for Gracer. But like, if they do top deck the hammer, then anyone... Oh wow, they didn't crack bubble. That's great for us. We're dead to exactly hammer or the other tutor. But we're not dead to Stoneforge anymore now. Still looking for a bounce land out here. Steerings would also work just fine. Go after Karn. Makes sense. There's the Stoneforge. Yeah, so we would have lost the last game. And bounce land. Okay, sweet. ¿Cómo andás, Bifus? ¿Todo bien? Todo bárbaro por acá. AmuLIT still lit, fuck yeah. At this point, I'm just doing this for fun. Just to show off how quickly I can go through all of these permutations. So people in chat can go like, wow, whoa, he really knows what he's doing. I don't. Damn, when I grow up, I want to play AmuLIT like Francisco does. I'm like, yeah, exactly, you do. Hell yeah, you do. I hope my opponent's enjoying the view. I hope they're having fun over there, because I'm sure I'm having fun. I mean, look at how impressive all I'm doing is, right? This is just like so impressive. Are you impressed, chat? I sure as hell am impressed. I hope opponents got it. This is what my favorite. Yeah, of course. She saw my incredible skill. She saw my incredible skill at tapping and untapping bounce lands, and she's like, "Oh wow, he's the one. He's the one." I'm afraid, yeah, hell yeah. Dick is busted, nothing to hear. Yeah, of course, it's like triple AmuLIT, just find what you need. Nice and easy. Did this to a guy in a mirror match in paper tournament once. The guy was ready to punch me, but I was also twice his size. I mean, 104.3A, right? Yeah, exactly. It's just like, everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. There's a really, it's just a very useful rule, you know? It's just a very useful rule. Maybe said she thought that you want to hit someone over a card. I mean, yeah, I mean that. there are strange people out there. There are strange folks out there who value things differently than reasonable people do, so... I would like to not to for one myself for this Force of Vigor. Of course, if I have to, I'm going to, but... Just Paladin, Stoneforge. This is fine. So many hammers. So many hammers, so little time. I mean, we have all the lands that we need, so I'm just gonna get a second Karn. Apologies. Pure still Paladin. Sure. Interesting how my opponent's bubbling. So with the trigger on the stack, we can force them. I think that I'd rather just save this force for after resolving the Karn. I was playing mana type. Like, you see what I mean, right? Like, it's just there are so many ways that this deck gets stopped. Like, they have to crack the bubble now. He could have also given up any time. Instead, he called the judge. Judge didn't give a fuck. It's just like, what are they supposed to do? Like, you're just taking like normal game actions, and you're just like using your time in a way that it's progressing the board state. So like, what's their argument is what I ask, you know? It's like, you don't want to accept defeat. It's just like, fine. Like, whatever, right? I could have blown up the Jegantha Sade in response to this. Maybe that would have been better. I think we do it now. I legit almost threw hands with someone at a pre-release because he started screaming at a 9-year-old when he started losing to said 9-year-old. Dude, like, people are so fucking weird. People can really be super weird. What is the line here? Three to Dryad. I think that the line is just Dryad. Play this. Plus on my AmuLIT. So we don't just randomly die. Pass the turn. They could have exactly Cigar the Sade into Colossus Hammer number 4. That's the way that I lose this game. But it needs to be exactly that combination. Nothing else matters. You got a Thoughtseize, man. You got a Thoughtseize, opponent. Hope you enjoyed it. I need to tell somebody casual praise to leave a literal child alone is fucking opposite. Yeah. Yep. Folks out there can be too much. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Ballista for 5. Oh, we just Titan. What am I doing here? Yeah, I'm just like, why don't I just like kill my opponent instead of being messing around over here? I'm like, oh yeah, well, I can just kill them. Yeah, it's just a flex ballista. Just a flex ballista. Don't worry about it. PU and PU. Haste that dude. Go to combat. Swing with that dude and this other dude. Get that card. And what's my other fetch? Misty. Hit opponent to exactly 1 and then use Ballista to finish them off like it was an elaborate line. Yeah, exactly. Just to show them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that since I've been playing this list, I've gone 4-1, 4-1, 5-0, 5-0, 4-1, 4-1. I may be wrong. I may be wrong, and maybe I didn't play that many leagues, or maybe I didn't. Yeah, I know. But I think that those are the results that I've had with this list so far. Over leagues, of course. And you just run 2 leagues in an hour. That's a pretty good run. Yeah, no. It wasn't like it stopped. I think it stopped my stream. It's been like 2 hours and 45 minutes since I've been live. So they have been like short-ish leagues. The power of playing good cards instead of turn timber symbiosis. No, I mean it's just like this guy, right? Like this guy is just so messed up. It's really funny. I still remember when people were like disregarding Karn left and right and just saying like it just wasn't good in AmuLIT and stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't know. Like every time I played Karn, I did pretty well with it overall. This card is, I think that the Karn plan is very, very good. Deck needs more Follow the Trance, yeah. No Hydra. Oh, we already 3-2 with Hydra in our deck. But yeah, this list just continues to perform very, very well. It's just very well tuned for the meta. Like that's basically all it comes down to. If only you were aging body would be perfect. Yeah. I do think I like Ballista more than Bolt right now. Against many decks, instant speed interaction is just very, very important. So like we just against Hammer Time, like right now, the boat kind of like you spend 5 mana and it comes down, but like Ballista being able to activate at instant speed, so you cannot randomly die to an ink moth that you can't otherwise interact with. It's kind of a big deal. So the memes are important to me. Yeah, they are. I mean, I had to run a league, right? It's the least I could do. It's been a while since a good AmuLIT meme has started showing up. But yeah, I mean, this is what I would recommend. This is the list that I wrote the cyber guide for. So if you are a Twitch sub or a Patreon supporter, you should have access to the sideboard guide. And conveniently enough, I think that this list is pretty close to the one that I wrote, the old in detail cyber guide. I've been thinking about doing an in detail cyber guide for a while now, so maybe I will do some of that. The issue with that is that it's incredibly time consuming. Like when I first wrote the in-depth cyber guide, like it literally took me months to write. So I mean, I could start it and then hopefully the meta doesn't change too much by the time I'm done. But it really has been a while since I wrote an in-depth cyber guide, so I kind of want to do a little bit of that. But yeah, so if I do get working on that, then I will of course let you all folks know. Just copy paste all one and hope no one notices. I mean, that's usually how I start them. That's usually how I start them, I'm not gonna lie. Just by, stealing from myself. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, folks, though. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.